Hey everybody, this is Anjanette from AJ's Personal Touch. How you doing? I am here to give you an update on the cow, and I need to pick up the right bag if I'm going to show you what it's looking like. Sorry about that. That was from my tester crochet that I showed you, my bag that I have in use now with my daughter's birthday gift in that. Let me see. We now have a full body and head, completely closed. For whatever reason, I should have been farther along than this. But this amigurumi, for those of you who make amigurumi and know what I'm talking about, you can either make them um, from the directions. Sometimes I change the directions and do it my own way. But since I was doing this in a cow, I'm going by the directions. I prefer when they are in the round and you just keep going, a continuous round. It's what I'm used to. This one is where you connect it and then you start a new row, new round. And so the nice thing about it is, which you can't really tell since I used the yarn that I used, that the rows go evenly around and they don't tend to slant in one direction. For me, the slant is slight, so I don't mind it. But there's a definite, seam in the back. But because of that, I keep on having issues. And even if I put my stitch marker on it, part of my issue if I put my stitch marker on the chain, because what you do is you connect the round with a slip stitch and then you chain one and then you start the next round. Well, that chain is not a stitch. So if you're not careful, you can end up crocheting into the chain from the round below. And I always look, I like find the chain and I'm like, okay, do not crochet there. Well, these last couple rows, I thought that I had passed the chain on one of them and I frogged it literally 3 to 4 times. I got to the end, the count wasn't right. I could tell because it wasn't ending on the last stitch. And I was like, what in the world? And I thought the row before had been correct and I counted it and it turned out that it was not correct. I had skipped a stitch somewhere and I thought it was correct. And that's why if you count each round, it's a good thing because even if you think you have it right, it may not be right. Um, so I had to redo that round and then the round on top, and I still did it wrong. And finally, I realized that yes, I was going in the chain, even though there was something else that looked like the chain, and that was actually the slip stitch. So I had seen the slip stitch because sometimes I can see it and sometimes I can't. And I thought that was the chain, and I ended up starting in the chain instead of the actual first stitch. That is why I did not get any farther on my project. Now we start making the limbs and everything. And actually, um, the other two people who are doing it right now, the one started late, so he is still at the bottom of the body, and the other one wasn't feeling well, so she finished it, and she was waiting to see mine. And so she was just crocheting on something else, which is fine. You don't always have to crochet on the cow if you want to come in and join at the times that we're having it, because, some days you feel like working on it, some days you don't. You may not want to do this particular cow, but you want to come in and you want to chat with people and not be alone while you're crocheting, or just sit and crochet while we are, talking about the cow, because we did a lot of talking back and forth about, oh, you may be doing this wrong or that wrong, because I was not the only one having some issues with my rows. So come on in and join us if you want to. it does not have to, you don't have to be working on it. But today's Cal, they normally start at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Today's will not start until 6 Eastern Standard Time. So that means 5 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock Pacific. So I want to restate that. It will not start until 6 o'clock. So if anybody wants to come in and join us, feel free. Just, you have to be a member of my group, because in order, to keep it so that we don't have people coming in and, harassing and stuff like they do, I made a private group like most people who have crochet groups. I know there are some out there that are public, but most are private, and you have to answer some questions to prove that you are an actual knitter or crocheter, that you know, about yarn, or if it's a strictly crochet group about crocheting, or, whatever. So I do have questions. You have to answer them. And then I will add you, unless I happen to know your name from being in my, being a subscriber, then I just go ahead and automatically add you. But if I don't recognize your name because you have a different, you know, maybe your personal name and not your name that you chat with, please make sure that you fill it out, because in case I don't recognize your personal name, I want to make sure that I don't deny somebody who, is really a yarny person. I have had a few of them come in where people haven't answered, so I do not accept them. I will go to their profiles to try and see if they are a yarny friend, or if they do anything with crochet or knitting, or spinning or something. And if I cannot see proof of it, I do not accept it. So just so you know, that's how I work it. Um, anyway, I need to get, because I have to do another video today, which is about the blog hops that start today. So I need to go check my email to make sure that I have all of the links. I have the ones that I got from Helen from Sunflower Cottage Crochet, which is just 3 of them for this month. But there will be a 4th that I will be talking about that will start later in the month. I just don't know the date. I think she told me. If she told me, I will tell you the date that it starts. If she did not, I will not be able to tell you until later. I don't know if I'll do an update on here, or probably just, put it on my community page. But it is one of my absolute favorite. It's not a typical blog hop, but my favorite one to do. So I will see you guys later. I hope to see some of you at the Cal, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, you matter. Don't let anybody make you feel like you don't. People may not just say you don't matter, they may make you feel like you don't matter. So remember, if you get those feelings, remember that you do matter. So, and you guys are gorgeous and beautiful, and I love you all. And if any of you follow my shorts every day for my Bible verses, I do apologize. I forgot to put mine up last night. I was tired and I went to bed very early because I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I got into bed, realized I forgot it. I know I got up the other night and I did it late, but I just couldn't. I was too exhausted. So I did post it to my story on Facebook because that was easier. I didn't need, a screen to be reading from. So anyway, I do apologize. And I will hopefully have it out today. I can already tell I'm going to bed early tonight because I am already starting to drag. So even though it's hot out, I've got my coffee. By the way, if you guys haven't tried it, this is chocolate blueberry coffee from um, the donut shop. I get the pods for my Keurig, and it is so good. I just got it for the first time. It is so so good. I have Snickers too, and it's okay. Is I just tried that one, and they have a chocolate cookie dough, and that one's okay too. But I just really love this one. Just thought I'd tell you. For any of you out there who love blueberries and love chocolate and love them together. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I love you. I know I'm kind of a chatty catty Kathy today, so I will be back later. See ya.